I mean, it's Cooper Rush worth 2.5 points? I would hope Quinn Ewers put up a decent stat line against Arizona State. If he didn't, we have a real problem.
You can say the same thing about Creighton. Okay, they had the one good game against Kansas at home.
When Toast talks about the kicking market, it's like some earth is flat shit. Andy, true or false, this is going to be a dog walking.
Dog walking. This is my dog walking of the day. I think it's going to be very ugly. Dog walking. I think this is going to be ugly.
Hey, get the sauce. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's nice.
I was gonna say it'd probably be worth doing like a little interview with her and stuff, and
That's
like
what I'm
posting
doing.
it like on your Instagram so she can get on her dad's phone and see it.
Yeah, that's exactly. You just described exactly what I'm doing.
Yep.
What we're talking about is my 7-year-old niece. Good morning, everybody. By the way, my 7-year-old niece. Yesterday, I stopped over at my mom's house. So she was with grandma. And she was like, Uncle Kyle, can I be on your podcast? So she's coming over today to record a podcast episode. Not like a real one. Like, well, just like I'll have her on the screen. I'll ask her. I'll interview her. So that should be fun. That's what I'm doing this Sunday afternoon. Hope you all had a nice Saturday. I went 2-2. Lost some vig with my bets. But you know what? I'll take it because I started off 0-2. I lost the freaking Guardians in extra innings. J-Ram hit a crushing home run to tie it, and they lost in extras. What was the other one I lost early? Wow, I can't remember the other loss. What the hell? Wow,
I don't even remember your losses actually.
I lost the Guardians, and what was the other one?
Didn't you play the Royals or something?
The
like
Royals.
That?
The Royals. Yep. So
That's
I went 0-2 early and then finished 2-2. Sunday morning, obviously, it's 11 a.m. Eastern time. We're just having some fun today. I don't have any bets open, and at this time, the chances that there's going to be valuable sides and totals on the board are almost zero. So just doing some gambling today. We'll see if these guys have anything. First up is Padres, Brewers, and Toast had the Brewers. He picked against his own team yesterday, got the win. This is actually one of my wins. I had the first 5 under. I tailed Legeza on that, so this is one of the ones I won. Frank, anything for the Padres Brewers?
Yeah, I got Padres Brewers under 8.5. Freddie Peralta has been much better at home, 1.55 ERA. Padres bullpen's been red hot, 1.42 ERA allowed in the last 14 days. I know some of their relievers have been used, but I know Robert Suarez is available. This could just help out with their questionable starter, Ryan Bergert, who, hey, we've seen guys who've been, unfamiliar to the opponent. They kind of, for 5 innings, he could go 1-2 earned runs allowed. Wouldn't surprise me at all. But the main appeal in this is thinking that Peralta has a strong outing at home, 6+ innings, and then the Padres relievers keep it at bay. It's been a low-scoring series as well, 4-3 and 2-0 in the 2 games. So give me the under here.
I had the under 8.5 in the first game of the series, first 5 under in the second one. So I've been all over the under this entire one. I got to say I'm a little worried. There's going to be no Estrada for the Padres. They're actually not in too bad shape. Yeah, the bullpens aren't in that bad shape. Never mind. They're a little banged up, but nothing serious. It's hard to argue with an under. This has been an under series start to finish. Toast, do you think the Padres take this one?
I don't know if they take it. I don't know if I'd want to pay that price with Milwaukee. That's the only reason that I say that. So, I mean, I've had a pretty decent series as well. I had Padres in game 1, Milwaukee in game 2. So you can put up the Padres for me. Again, emphasis on the pass, but I will say I'm not like super. It's more of the Padres. Again, I mean, shocker, but it's the Padres offense that I'm worried about. I'm not really worried about Bergert. Like, I think you're going to get him for a couple innings. I think that you're going to get Wandy Peralta for an inning or so. I think that Sean Reynolds is a little bit pissed off that he didn't get the nod last night in the 9th inning. So I think that you're going to see him today. And then as far as David Morgan, again, he's the guy that gave up the home run yesterday. I wouldn't worry about him. I just wanted to say that pitch that he gave up that home run one is our hitters are batting 164, 193, 268 slug against that thing. So they're really not hitting that pitch. That was a really, really good, lucky thing to happen yesterday. So my point to saying that is I'm not super worried about the Padres bullpen. And Kyle did mention it. Milwaukee's bullpen is good to go. Although it wasn't really that great yesterday. They did give up some runs late. So again, I wouldn't argue with an over on the price alone. It would be the Padres, but I didn't bet it.
I'm wondering what is going on here with Fastball Freddie?
Well, I was gonna say the lefties. I didn't want to get too crazy, but I do think that if he's not on today, there is a little bit of an avenue with a nice little pocket full of lefties with the Rise, Merrill, Sheets, and Cronenworth and Wade that might give him some problems. But
I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about his last 3 starts were shaky. 10 base runners, 3 earned runs in Cincinnati, 9 base runners, 3 earned runs in Boston, only 5 innings against the Pirates. Didn't even make it 5 innings. I mean, it's been 3 starts now since we've seen Fastball Freddie look elite. I think it would be Padres or pass also.
Yeah, I can't get there with him.
I
will say that it's hard. I didn't want to go in on Freddie because it's not like the Padres offense kind of does.
Well, I also no, hell no, no Padres. San Diego immediately flies home to play the Dodgers tomorrow. Nope. No Padres.
Love those angles you always pull.
Well, I mean, like if it's now, where does that come into play? If it's late game bullpen management and there's a decision, do I want to go all in for this win or conserve some arms for the Dodger series, which is much more important series? They're probably going to choose conserve some arms. I mean, that's their rival, Dodgers, Padres. It doesn't get any better than that. So yeah, no Padres for me.
It's like, I mean, for the NL West, it's a big week because San Diego plays the Dodgers. I'm pretty sure they play the Giants. I'm going to then they play the Dodgers again because I'm taking Wyatt to that series. So yeah, there's a lot of action in the next week or so in the NL West for sure.
Phillies Pirates. Skeens is on the mound against Christopher Sanchez. Total is 6.5, and I mean, we know why. 2 elite pitchers, and you know what I will say about the Phillies lineup? This is kind of crazy. Last 14 days, this is one of the worst lineups in baseball. 28th in WRC plus. That's 14 days. So the Phillies are not hitting right now. Now, I believe in the beginning of that 14-day sample, Bryce Harper missed a handful of games in there. But still, this lineup is not hitting right now. So Skeens at home, I don't see any reason he doesn't pitch just fine. That being said, with Christopher Sanchez on the mound, -105 seems extremely affordable for the Phillies. Weather concerns here. I'm reading there's a chance of rain. You got anything in this one, Frank?
No, I decided to pass on it just because the rain. Per Roto Grinders, yellow/orange kind of code. That means it's like risky of a delay. I don't want to deal with that. But if I did take something with Skeens, maybe maybe under 1.5 earned runs, but I just passed on it. I see a low scoring game, but I do want to know we did miss the Marlins game at 12:30. I see in the comments.
Oh shit! I have it queued up because it's 12:30. It got sorted to the back, so I actually have it queued up as the last game.
Just looking out there.
Yeah. I do have the Marlins game on here. After this, we'll do the Marlins game.
Okay. But yeah, no play for me. I think Skeens will continue to roll, but like his lines are always tough to get to with the, like I said, 1.5 earned runs. The 17.5 outs is always juiced. I just passed, but I could see low scoring.
I think Philadelphia would be the way to go, especially coming off the loss.
Pull up the freaking Pirates bullpen. I mean, I know that Skeens is going to go a long way, but I mean, look at the Pirates
you're going to have no Bednar, no Santana. So that means
again, thin, but still.
I mean, how many are we expecting Skeens to go? Let's say he goes 7. Let's give him the benefit of the doubt. He pitches a gem. Who's going to pitch the last 2 innings? Braxton, Ashcraft, and Caleb Ferguson.
Ashcraft's been all right. Leave him alone.
Oh yeah. You put your money on Braxton Ashcraft.
I'm just saying, trying to give the kid a little credit here. It would only be Phillies or pass with me. I think we've well established that this Pirates team versus
I'll bet the Phillies. Just gambling.
Yeah. I think we've established pretty easily that this Pirates team versus left-handed pitching is not a team that you really want to back. So, is the Pirates bullpen being taxed a little bit thin, knowing that Skeens is going to go 6, 7, 8 innings possibly? Yeah. But again, I think that this price is super cheap for a reason on Skeens. So, it would only be the Phillies to me. Are you going to gamble a little bit? I'll throw $50 on it if you're going to gamble a little bit.
Put a few shekels on it.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, like I said,
I don't want to get too crazy. Haven't been that hot this year. I can't be getting too crazy with my shekels.
You've been hot as the Arctic.
Yo,
which is like right
Luckily.
next door to you.
that's okay. Amazon's gonna call me back tonight, so we're good.
All right. I'm in Phillies. I got a plus 100, by the way. All right, let's move on.
My wife said, "At least you don't have feelings or anything."
Let's do the Marlins game for these guys.
Oh yeah, because I actually have think I have a play.
same.
Oh, you guys have plays in this one? All right.
Yeah, I think so. I have
Take it
to. I
away,
did a
Frank.
small
What do you
one.
got for us?
All right, so in this game, I got over 8.5, and it's a couple of reasons. For one, of course, in the minor league park in Tampa, it's a day game. I know Drew Rasmussen's been great, but you look at that Rays bullpen, it's pretty overworked. If you could pull it up maybe on Fangraphs.
Oh, he's gonna be pulling it up because
it's cooked. So, and Rasmussen, I know lately Rasmussen's gone like 6 innings, but sometimes he's gone 5, and like he'll probably go 6. But even if he does, like, look at that bullpen for the Rays, pretty cooked.
Woo! Also,
like add in the fact that the Marlins are starting Anthony Veneziano, like I don't really know much about him. He hasn't looked good. 5.75 xERA. We just saw an 11-10 game in this series.
Hold on. We have a Marlins on a road getaway day against the Rays with no bullpen. What are we?
Duh.
What are we doing? What are we doing?
So I did the team total. Are you gonna do the money line?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Oh, you think Marlins money line? Yeah, I didn't mind. Oh yeah. But I could see runs in this one for sure. Hopefully Rasmussen doesn't kill me on this. He's been on fire, but I'm taking a shot on that.
Have you ever seen those old people? Have you ever seen those old people in a casino when they're just pushing the buttons?
Wait.
That's what Kyle's doing right now.
What's the you like the team total?
Yeah, I did 3.5 plus 108.
Why are they giving us that?
Because Rasmussen hasn't given up a run in 4 straight starts. Hasn't given up, and then he faces
the freaking money line.
Yeah, so I don't hate that either. Yeah, so for me, same type of idea as Frank. I just wanted to focus on the Marlins, who I do trust as an offense. I mean, they're just not as terrible as people make them out to be, or a lot of people make them out to be. If you're betting this team or looking at these games every day, you're not really super worried about the Miami offense. But my point to that is that you have Rasmussen, who literally hasn't given up a run in 4 straight starts. They've all been at home except for the one against Miami. He literally has 1 road start this year. So again, I know this starts at home, but sooner or later, he's going to give it up in this ballpark. I can tell you that for a fact. And then not to mention the fact, he only went 5 innings his last start. And then we talked about that bullpen that's just absolutely taxed. So, again, great weather in a day game. I'll take the Fish to score 4 runs at plus money. So, when they win, I'm going to be upset and send Sauce a mean text because he got plus 200 and I got plus 1.
I actually got a plus 194.
Oh. Okay.
What's the price on that Marlins team total over?
108 plus.
Nice.
You love to see it. I am in on the Fish money line.
Good catch, Frank, on not talking about it too.
Oh yeah, no problem. Yeah, I was hyped to say that how cooked the bullpen was. That's what
we love a good cooked bullpen.
I was on the Fish yesterday. I was going through it emotionally in that game. That took about a year off my life. And when I saw Fairbanks in the game, I was like, I don't know what's going on. Like, what are we doing?
All right, let's move on. 2. We did this one. Rangers Nats.
If you're not ready to watch this pitching matchup, I don't know what we're doing this Sunday morning.
Well, you don't like Booshley? Who the hell is that?
I had Lats. So is it okay, who the hell is? Oh, he's the primary. Okay. All right.
What do you like in this one, Toast? Anything?
Dude, no, I do not. I'll just be dead honest with you guys. I don't. It would be Washington or pass at home at the plus money, but there's not a chance in hell that I would bet this. So both bullpens are fine. Maybe a low total with 2 bad pitchers. 8.5 is a decent low total. So maybe over or pass if you're really trying to gamble. But I really don't got anything here on this one, guys.
Anything, Frank?
Same with me. When I was putting in picks early today, I saw that there was more rain delay risk, but the update on Roto Grinders is that it's looking a little bit better. I decided to stay away at this. I could see just high scoring, but nothing stands out to me in this one.
I honestly, I don't understand why we're getting Washington at plus money. Like I get that Trevor Williams has been terrible, but I mean, this Texas literally can't hit to save their life. So it's just, I don't understand why we're getting. It just makes nothing in that game makes sense to me.
Tigers Cubs afternoon game. Flaherty on the mound. Kind of like the Cubs, if we're being honest. Frank, what do you think?
Yeah, for me in this one, I went with Cade Horton of the Cubs over 2.5 earned runs. He's allowing an 11% barrel rate, which is, if you look at Baseball Savant, really low percentile. I think like 15th percentile in MLB. So he gives up a lot of hard contact, Horton. And the Tigers are good against righties. 104 WRC plus, ranks 11th in MLB. Minus 105, decent price. I'm taking a shot here. Horton hasn't really impressed me since being called up.
So you don't like Horton to pitch well.
I could be this one we could see, because the Tigers kind of have slowed down a bit offensively.
Dude, they're like the coldest lineup in baseball.
Yeah. This one for sure. This one is, we'll see. I'm taking more of a gamble on it, but we'll see.
I agree with you, Sauce. I don't understand why we're getting the Cubs at plus money here.
Because people love the freaking Tigers.
People love the Cubs too, though.
I think people are over the Cubs. I think people are over the Cubs.
I will give you, Frank, that Cade Horton isn't good, but if there's one thing that he hasn't been terrible at is lefty bats, and that's one thing with Detroit that you have to one thing that you definitely have to pay attention to. So, I just, the bullpens are both fine. I know that Flaherty has been decent his last couple starts against two teams that truly can't hit in San Francisco and the White Sox. And now you're going to be facing this Cubs team. I mean, even if Horton gives up a 2 and Frank cashes his bet in the second inning, I still think the Cubs are live. So it would only be the Cubs for me. To be honest, I have the Cubs circled and written down. I honestly felt like I was missing something, possibly the fact that we're getting them with plus money, unless it's just because it's Cade Horton on the mound.
Oh, are people saying maybe that Jack Flaherty's back? He has looked solid 3 starts in a row, 4 starts in a row, but I mean, against who?
What I'm
the
saying.
White Sox, the Giants at home in a pitcher's park? Are you crazy? The Giants in Detroit. Yeah, Cleveland. I mean, the Blue Jays.
The Toronto one is decent. I'll give him that. The way that they've been playing, whatever. It's whatever. It would be only Cubs for me. I don't understand why we're getting one of the best teams in baseball plus money.
I like the Cubs also. What time's this game? 140.
I guess the Tigers have a better record than the
I'll
Cubs.
pass.
Fair.
Next
I
up,
do think it's kind of coin flippy.
Astros Cleveland. Man, this is one of the ones I lost yesterday. Cleveland ties the game, only to lose in extras.
To lose it.
So actually, Spoon texted me last night. He likes the matchup for Brandon Walter, the rookie. So he likes the matchup. He likes Walter to pitch well here, which, I mean, I get it. It's a lefty against Cleveland. Their numbers against lefties are so insane. They haven't touched a lefty in like 2 months. They just never hit left-handed pitching. So in that respect, you could say, hey, I know Brandon Walter is a rookie, an unknown. He might be fine here. That being said, I'm a little worried about the Astros bullpen. You're not going to see Josh Hader in this one. You're not going to see Sean Dubin either. So how deep into this game are we expecting Brandon Walter to go? And then you're going to see significant innings or important innings by Caleb Ort, Stephen O'Kurt, Brian King, Brian Abreu. Not that these arms are bad, but they're missing 2 of their more important arms. I mean, it would only be. Well, actually, I don't know. I don't know if I trust Houston to hit Bybee either. What do you think, Toast?
Exactly. First 5 under 4.5 minus 120 would be. You like that, Frank? You on that one too, or no?
I'm not, but I do like that. Not like in what you're saying about the Astros starter Guardians struggles with lefties, and Bybee which we'll get into after.
Exactly. I mean, I don't really know a ton about Walter, but I know that he has been somewhat decent in his small time going back the last couple of years in Major League Baseball. I mean, he's not an absolute gas can, but he's a lefty, and like just Kyle just established, Cleveland can't hit lefties. And now you have Tanner Bybee on the mound at home. I know he hasn't looked good, but he was on the road at Yankee Stadium, at home against the Dodgers, on the road at Detroit, on the road at Cincinnati, at home against Philadelphia, on the road in Toronto, at home against Minnesota. I mean, he hasn't had a break at all. I know that this Astros lineup has scored the last couple nights, but they're still not a team that I trust on the road, especially against a decent starting pitcher like Tanner Bybee. So I don't want to deal with the bullpen situations. Everybody's good to go. Like Sauce pointed out, the Houston one, Cleveland, everybody's good to go. Most of them, like Clase, Gaddis, the guys worked yesterday, but they had multiple days off prior to that. But I don't really want to deal with the bullpens. I just want to focus on Cleveland, who can't hit lefties, and Bybee in a decent bounce back spot versus some lackluster competition in the Astros bats. So first 5 under 4.5 or 4.5.
What do you think, Frank?
Yeah, speaking of Bybee, I'm on his over 5.5 strikeouts. I got it at plus 125, and it's really because, like you're saying, he's given up a few earned runs, but the matchups have been tough. But if you look at the strikeout production, last 3 games for Bybee, 6 Ks, 7 Ks, 8 Ks. Remember that Bybee last year had a strikeout rate over 26%, which was like 9.69 Ks per 9. I know the Astros don't strike out much, but in a home start, the Astros on the road aren't as good offensively. I think Bybee could get 6+, and I like getting it at plus 125.
It would only be Houston for me at the current number, but I'm not betting this. Plus 120. I just think Cleveland at minus 153 against a lefty is like laugh out loud. What are you doing? Maybe if they were playing the freaking the Rockies or something, I could get it, but like. Nah, I mean, the Astros, even though they don't hit on
for sure, I would get you on that under with me.
It's not bad.
I do like that. I might add that. I like that.
Arizona on the road in Cincinnati. Speaking of runs, we should see them here. Weather is gorgeous at Great American Ballpark. A nice sunny day with wind blowing out to left center, up plus 24%. Run index on Ballpark Pals. So if you like runs, this might be the game for you. Question is, who scores more of them? Toast?
Give me 1 second. I'm looking at this Arizona lineup to see if they're missing anybody. Carroll, Marte, Perdomo, Naylor, Suarez. Good. Okay, we're good. It would only be Arizona team total over 4.5 minus 130 on ESPN bet. That's the only way that I would look at this. I don't want to deal with Zach Gallen. I know that this Reds offense has been, hit or miss, I guess. I mean, they scored 13 one day, 4 the next day, 1 the day before that. I just don't really want to deal with this Reds offense versus Zach Gallen. I really don't know what to think of Zach Gallen. Obviously, he's been terrible his last 5 or 6 starts or so. So, and the one time that he did pitch well, I think I was on the over in that game in Atlanta. So it's really hard for me to figure out. I mean, me and Zach Gallen have been going through it for the last couple of years. So he does have really good numbers in Cincinnati in his career. So I will give him that. But I just want to focus on this Arizona lineup versus Brady Singer and that Cincinnati bullpen. So I know that this Arizona lineup hasn't really done anything for a couple days. I think that they were just trying to get days off. I mean, Carroll and Naylor didn't play one day. I think Marte took a day off or something like that. But when the Diamondbacks have seen righty starters, this is when this offense has shined. Our offense has shined. They got 3 off of Holmes, 5 off of Snyder. For whatever reason, Bradley Lord has some spell against them because Bradley Lord pitched the last couple of times they've seen him, haven't touched him. But they got 4 off of Soroka, 6 off of Irving, 5 off of 4 off of Burrow. So you can keep on going down the list. 3 off of Sonny Gray. So I just think that there's a lot of opportunities for this Arizona lineup today against Brady Singer, who's been kind of hit or miss, but does really struggle versus lefty bats. And Arizona's loaded with lefty bats. And like Sauce said, there's a lot of really good weather here today as well. It's Arizona team total over 4.5. I really wanted to play the over as well with Gallen versus all those lefties, but this Reds team just always gets me sometimes.
I think it would just be over for me here at the 9.5. I think both teams could score, not just the Arizona side. What do you think, Frank?
Yeah, so for me, I went with the Reds first 5 plus half It's gone up quite a bit. I got it at minus 120. Now you can get best price looks at minus 130 at FanDuel, but elsewhere it's like up to minus 140. It's really just a fade of Zach Gallen. I didn't think they deserve to have that kind of price with how Gallen has looked. Over 10% walk rate, 4.28 Sierra. The Reds, I think their offense is coming around slowly because Christian Encarnacion Strand is back, and he looks good. He's homered twice since returning. He looked good in the minors as well during his rehab assignment. And for those who don't know, he's kind of touted a bit as a young power hitter. I think the Reds will start to score some runs, and getting plus half first 5 at minus 20 looked appealing to me. I know Singer struggles versus lefties, but at least he's been a little better at home compared to on the road. The main thing here is just fading Gallen at a reasonable price, and tied after 5. I win this one. Let's go with it.
I'm wondering what would be what the first 5 over would be. You can get a 4.5.
Yeah, 4.5, but juice.
Minus 140.
Yeah. Yeah, over a pass for me. Let's move on to the next one, which is Blue Jays Twins in Minnesota. It's your guy on the Mountain Toast, Bowden. Are you are placing a Bowden bet?
Probably not. I don't know. Every time I didn't play it last time, and it was absolutely free. So you can take for that for what it is. Hold on. I'm trying to flip the bullpen situation really quick. I don't think neither one of them is really bad. Yeah, Toronto's not going to have Hoffman. I don't know. I guess it would be Minnesota or Pashman. I don't really have much on this game, to be honest. It's Minnesota as a big favorite on a Sunday. I don't really want to deal with it. But Joe Ryan's been really good this year, and he's coming off of a mediocre start. So I would assume he pitches well here today. But this Toronto team has been, I guess, feisty to say the least. So they're just, especially at least offensively is concerned. So it's just, it's really hard for me just to get up here and just say to fade them, considering how good they've been offensively. So I will say with Joe Ryan is concerned, not a lot of lefties in the Toronto lineup, but Barger, Lukes, anybody else? I don't think anything. Yeah. So Joe Ryan should pitch well today. It'd be Minnesota, I guess, minus 1.5 or pass, but emphasis on the pass.
Frank, you have anything for this one?
Yeah, I like the over. I got it at 8. I like it at 8.5 as well. And the main appeal here is the weather for Roto grinders. Wind out to center field boosts the hitting. Of course, Bowden Francis struggles with home runs. He's got a insane 2.68 homers per 9. Joe Ryan obviously is great, but sometimes he's had some issues with the long ball, and the Jays bats have been red hot. So we get a reasonable bar at 8 runs. That should be fine. I like this one a lot, to be honest. I like the over.
Someone said, how can you fade a big name pitcher? Making jokes about how Toast was calling Bowden Francis a big name pitcher. So yeah, it would be over for me too. Weather's nice, like Frank said. Bowden Francis, always have to account for him giving up runs. And like Toast said, I mean, the last 14 days, the Toronto's got the second best lineup in baseball. Second in WRC plus in the last 14 days. And if you're saying, Kyle, 14 days, that's not a sample size. Well, in the last 30 days, they're third. So Toronto's been a top 5 lineup in baseball in the last month somehow.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Let's go on to the next one.
And Vlad's not even really doing the damage. It's like Barger, and it's pretty wild.
Bichette hit a couple homers recently.
Yeah.
Royals White Sox. This is one of my losses from yesterday. Royals money line. White Sox just turned them out. Michael Lorenzen. Oh, I saw a Michael Lorenzen graphic, so I'm assuming Frank has a Lorenzen bet here.
Yeah, I got 2 bets in this one. I'll start with the first one. White Sox first 5 plus half. I got it at minus 120. Lorenzen's really struggled lately. Last 2 starts, 6 earned runs, 7 earned runs. White Sox are playing better. They've been pesky. 4 wins in their last 5. And the White Sox are going with a bulk reliever, Mike Vassell, who's allowed 0 runs in his last 9 2/3. So I think they could at least keep it tied after 5, given Lorenzen's struggles. And then adding to the Lorenzen pick, I got over 4.5 Ks. It's juice, but the White Sox have quietly not struck out much lately. Last 14 versus righties, they're 10th in MLB. And Lorenzen, only 2 Ks in his last 2 starts. He's not a K pitcher by any means. I think the White Sox keep it going and maybe even win this game if I say the full game. I like the value there. Give me the White Sox first 5+ half. Lorenzen under 4.5 Ks.
What do you think, Toast?
I think that I'm missing something in this game. It would only be the Royals for me. Yes, the White Sox have been playing better the last week or so, and the Royals haven't been playing as good, but you still have a 33-win team versus a 22-win team. I get that Lorenzen's been terrible, but, I mean, on the road in St. Louis, St. Louis just took 2 wins against the Dodgers. Like, it's not like St. Louis is playing bad right now. He had a blow-up versus Cincinnati, but I just it's the price on top of the fact that the White Sox are in like a bullpen day and they don't have any of their all 3 of their major bullpen arms, or at least 2 of the last 3 days at least. And the Kansas City has a full rested bullpen behind Lorenzen. It would only be Kansas City at minus what is it, 115 now or 125? Excuse me.
It's like minus. It's minus. Wow.
So it went down that much?
It dropped dramatically.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't even understand. Like, I don't even understand what I'm doing. Like, clearly I missed something.
In the last hour and a half, it's dropped from minus 155 down to minus 125. So someone's got to be out of the lineup here.
Let's see. That's crazy. It was like,
who are they going to take out? I mean, I'm looking at the lineup. I don't understand who they.
I don't know. Nick Lofton. Is he normally in there?
He's your third baseman.
Royal.
I mean, Vinny's there. Jonathan India's there. Bobby Witt.
There. So why did it drop? Why did they take?
That's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like I'm missing something. I don't understand why we wouldn't play on the Royals after this line move. Like, and I know that it just burnt you yesterday, so it's not like. But I mean, at 125, and the White Sox don't have. I mean, if they pitch, they're super compromised. Like, it just doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, I mean, it would only be the Royals, and for whatever reason, we just saw some serious White Sox money come in the last couple hours. I don't get it, but the reason I'm a little hesitant is this is copy and pasted from yesterday when I bet the Royals at minus 126 or whatever. I was like, I don't know why people are betting the White Sox. I'm taking the Royals. This is at a bettable number now. Lost. So there's late steam on the White Sox again. I'm not sure if I'm trying to hop onto the other side and fade all that late action. So I think minus 124, minus 125 is a crazy price to get Kansas City against the White Sox on a bullpen day, personally. But I'm not sure what's going on. So I'm probably just going to pass. I'm not trying to lose the exact same bet twice in a row.
One quick note, the White Sox, a difference with them. They did bring up Kyle Teal, top prospect they got in the Garrett Crochet trade from the Red Sox. Catcher, he's a good hitter. He's looked pretty solid in his 2 games. I mean, that's not like a huge thing, but it's still worth noting that their lineup could be a little bit better than what we're used to.
No, it's a good point, because that was the point that I made when I wanted to play their team total over for the season, is that they're going to be bringing up these high level prospects, and the more playing time they get, they're going to continue to be better. And as we've seen, the White Sox offense is starting to look good over the last week. So
they are scoring.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was looking at the weather because I was like, what about an over? The weather looks pretty good. What about an over there? Is it 8.5? It's 9.
Actually, don't
you can get you can get 8.5
on ESPN 130.
You know what? You get 8.5 on ESPN bet. Let's do it. It's minus 130. I'll pay for it. I'll pay for that 9th run.
Yay, Dodgers are next.
Real impressive showing by the Dodgers yesterday.
I'm just tired of playing first 5 run lines where the pitcher that I have throws a shutout and I lose because a Dodgers team can't score a run. Like, that needs to stop ASAP.
1 second, let me share this with the group. So I just bet that over 8.5. All right, let's move on to the next one. Dodgers Cardinals. Kershaw against Michael McGreevy. Frank, tell us about Mike McGreevy.
Yeah, so McGreevy, I'm on him. I picked him up in fantasy too. I think he could stick in the rotation. McGreevy is a touted prospect. I have him under 2.5 runs in this game, earned runs. I got at -105. McGreevy 2.7 ERA and AAA with a 3.29 xFIP. He's a polished pitcher, could induce weak contact. His MLB debut for McGreevy, 5 shutout innings. So he's not going to go too deep. I could see 5 innings. But, the Dodgers bats, like you mentioned, they've been ice cold in the series, only 1 run combined. I think we could see a quality start from McGreevy here, and we get under 2.5 earned runs on a short outing at a cheap price. Sign me up. Also, in this game, I have the Cardinals first 5 plus half, and it's really Clayton Kershaw has not looked good since returning. 5.77 Sierra. We mentioned how the Cardinals playing great ball, one of the surprise stories of MLB this year. And it was affordable, -125. I think we're getting a strong outing from McGreevy, and the Cardinals hold the lead or tied after 5 in this one.
I think you have to bet the Dodgers here.
Please don't. God damn it.
I mean, I didn't bet him yesterday, so I haven't been part of this Dodgers bath taking.
I mean, I'm not mad at my bet. I can't. If Yamamoto throws a shutout and the Dodgers can't score one run on Eric Freddie, I can't be mad that I made the wrong bet.
Do you think we'll see Helsley in this one?
I'm glad that you brought that up, because that's the question that we have to ask. I would assume no, especially considering they've already won 2 games in this series. I would assume no, especially it's not like it's like small workloads either. I mean, it's been decent. So, and then the Cardinals play the Blue Jays next, so it's not really much, but they don't have any days off or anything like that. So they don't really want to, I would assume they don't really want to burn Helsley and then have him not available in the Toronto series, or at least the first game or 2. So it would only be the Dodgers for me. The Cardinals, I think that we've talked about this a couple of times. Haven't been at one time, like a month ago, they were just red hot versus left-handed pitching. That's definitely cooled down. As a team, not a huge. I mean, it's a decent difference. 741 OPS versus right-handed pitching, 682 OPS versus left-handed pitching as a whole. Guys like Herrera really good versus lefties. Arenado has been decent versus lefties. But besides that, nobody really scares you. I guess Contreras is somewhat decent versus lefties as well. But it's just the fact that you have the Dodgers, who I know that offensively has been not great the last 3 of the last 4 nights, but it's still the Dodgers. The offense isn't what I worry about with this team. Again, every team in baseball is going to go through slumps like this. But as far as Clayton Kershaw is concerned, I mean, let's be real here. He faced the Angels team when, keep in mind, that was the 17th of May. So that was when the Angels were like super hot and scoring 50 runs a night. Then he goes on the road to Citi Field, gets rained out, on the road to Cleveland, and then he plays the Mets again, who had already just seen him. So I'm not trying to like go out on a limb and stand up for Clayton Kershaw, but if he gives me 4 or 5 decent innings here in St. Louis, and then hands it off to the bullpen where everybody is arrested and available today. I mean, Alex Vesia, he had threw 20 over the last 3 days. Kasperius 222, had the previous 3 days off, and Kopech's back in the lineup. I don't know if you're actually going to see him today, but he is back up there. So it would only be the Dodgers for me. I didn't bet it.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to – if it wasn't for the Padres series starting tomorrow, I would bet this. But I really think the Dodgers need this one. I mean –
that's why I was going to say at this point, because the Padres don't even have a starter for tomorrow for sure. So I wouldn't put that much stock into it. But the Dodgers have Dusty May going tomorrow, so we'll see. But
all right, let's move on. Mets, Rockies, and Coors.
Young goat. Shout out Ronnie, hit my home run prop. I love you. You are officially a young goat, my friend.
You think Meatball could pitch well here in Coors Field?
Yeah. He has pitched there before, so that does help. It wasn't great, but it would only be some props for me. I'm not going to be paying this price for the Mets with Meatball McGill on the mound, who has been shaky to say the least over the last month. I mean, he had a decent start against the White Sox, and then that one start that we watched at your house versus the Red Sox. So besides that, been kind of mediocre. Obviously, the Rockies are the definition of mediocre, if not worse. And then Dollander coming back again, another one of these highly touted prospects that spent a lot of time on the road so far this year. 3 of his last 3 starts on the road and coming back from injury. I know he had a start in between there. I'm just saying that he's still not fresh. So you're probably only going to get him for, I don't know, let's just call it 4 innings and be nice about it. And then you're going to get a whole bunch of these guys from this Colorado bullpen that hasn't been terrible lately, but again, just not something that I really want to deal with personally. So it would only be the Mets. I'm probably just going to go right back to Ronnie Marinaccio props because, like I said, he's just a young goat at this point.
I think it should be Mets comfortably. Mets bullpen is fine. It's in good shape. Meatball McGill features the 4-seam fastball. And you don't want to make a habit of trusting pitchers to pitch well in Coors Field, but if you are going to trust a pitcher to pitch well in Coors Field, make it a guy who throws the 4-seam fastball. Tends to be the pitch that's the least effective by the elevation. Some of the breaking stuff doesn't have the same bite in Coors Field, so that's why we were talking about concern for Kodai Senga with the ghost fork, and some of the breaking stuff doesn't really work the same in Coors Field. There's slight less spin rate, slightly less movement. Now, a 4-seam fastball has spin rate too, but it's just affected slightly less. Tyler McGill throws the 4-seam fastball over 43% of the time. If you watch that Red Sox start, I mean, he's capable of striking guys out with just fastballs. We saw it. So I think Tyler McGill pitches fine here. Not to mention the Rockies, one of the worst lineups in baseball against the 4-seam fastball this year. I'm sure that shocks nobody. 28th on the season. In the last 30 days, this is the worst lineup in baseball. Worst lineup in baseball the last 14 days. Worst lineup in baseball against righties. So I think Tyler McGill pitches fine. And if you think Tyler McGill pitches fine, I don't see why the Mets don't win by 2+. I think Dollander might be all right as well. I don't hate an under. But yeah, with the Mets bullpen fully rested and the Mets having tomorrow off, no reason to save any arms here. Finish out the series, win comfortably. I don't even know what price you can get the Mets -1.5. I'm assuming it's absurdly expensive.
-180.
Yeah. It's Mets to win comfortably, however you want.
That's what I said. It's like hard to be like, oh, I'm going to take the Mets.
What do you think, Frank?
Yeah, I came close to pulling the trigger on McGill over 6.5 strikeouts, like you guys mentioned, with his fastball could be less affected. And McGill's had some big strikeout games this season. It just decided to pass like Coors Field. But if there was one pick, it would be McGill's strikeouts in this one.
All right, let's move on to the next one. Braves Giants. Yo, the Braves found a way to lose that game yesterday.
Yo, this team, dude.
I didn't even see it. God. I just saw people in the Discord like laughing emojis, and I was like, "What are they laughing at?" And I'm like, walk off.
Yep, they had it down to 2 outs, and then Matt Chapman hit a walk off.
That's crazy,
dude. This team, man. Oh my God.
So are the Braves gonna win a game, or?
Dude, I mean, it's getting to the point. I mean, it's getting to that point where I don't even know if you can like look. I mean, it's like got to be like a mental thing. I mean, we're getting to that point. I don't know if we're there right now. I mean, they're 2-8 their last 10. They're 6-14 their last 20. Clearly, the Braves are not playing very good baseball right now. So, that being said, I mean, I'm not.
I think it's Giants again.
Well, I was going to say that. Like, that being said, I'm not a big Spencer Strider guy in the first place, and I've been on record saying that, again, I gave Landon Rupp a lot of credit, or Roop a lot of shit his first month or so into the season. But, I mean, over the last month and change or so, since Hayden Birdsong started to take his spot in the rotation, he's really ticked up his level of play so far. I mean, one bad road start on the road in Detroit, it's really hard to fault him for that. Decent starts at home against the Padres in Oakland, and a decent start on the road in Washington. The only person that the Giants aren't going to have in their bullpen tomorrow or today is, I think, Rogers. I think Walker's fine. I think Duvall's fine. Rodriguez is fine. On top of the fact that Atlanta just keeps on losing games. So I'm definitely not paying juice to bet Atlanta. And It would only be the Giants for me. Like, it doesn't make, I don't know if I'm not going to bet it because I don't really love Landon Rupp like that, but I wanted to give him his flowers because he has been pitching good and there's no bullpen concerns for the Giants. Not to mention the fact that the Giants are one of those really good home teams, 21-11 in San Francisco, and they've won 4 in a row. So it's not like they're playing terrible. And the 2 games that they lost, mind you, over the last week and a half, both those games were the Padres and both of them went to extra innings. So the Giants might not be scoring, but they're still winning games and whatnot. So it would only be the Giants for me. Sorry for being long-winded.
Yeah, I kind of agree. I think the Braves do win this game. Spencer Strider, really ugly splits against lefties so far this year, but the Giants really don't have any dangerous lefties. It's in a pitcher's ballpark, obviously. I mean, if there was ever a spot for Spencer Strider to kind of like take his first stride into having a decent season, it's right here on the road to San Francisco against a lineup that's not hitting. So I honestly think Spencer Strider is going to pitch fine. The thing is, Landon Rupp's actually been pretty good.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
I think it would be under.
Like, it wouldn't shock me if Landon Rupp went out there and gave up 6 in the first couple innings. It wouldn't shock me if it was 0-0 going to the 7th. Like, I feel like the range of outcomes in this game are pretty high. Obviously, the offenses are terrible, so it's probably not going to be 7, but I think you guys get my point.
What do you think, Frank?
Yeah, so I went first 5 under 4.5. Like what you're saying about Strider. I mean, we should have expected a slow start from Strider with such a long layoff. He could just get right at any moment. And like you said, it feels like it could be a spot in such a pitcher's park like San Fran. And Landon Rupp, however you say it, like you say, he's been doing great lately. 0 earned runs in 3 of his last 4 starts. And he's a pitcher who, I know everyone does worse third time through the order, but Rupp more so, he's at his best early on. And I think capitalizing on that with a first 5 under makes sense. It's a bit of juice, but I like getting that 4.5 in the pitcher's park. I think Strider gets going today.
Yeah, I think it should be low scoring. Like I said, I do think the Braves win this one, but not betting it.
I was laughing at a comment, not you guys. Sorry.
Baltimore Athletics. Who won this game last night? I didn't watch a single pitch of this game.
Baltimore.
7-4. It was 7-4. I remember because I picked over 10.5 and it would have hit.
I know. Somebody asked me in the Discord, a couple people asked me, and I was like, first 5 over, but I'm too scared. And obviously that was free.
You think Sagano's going to pitch well here, Frank?
I don't have a bet for this game. Sugano's been pretty solid, but I don't trust him enough to bet here on any props at such a minor league hitter friendly park. If I did pick a side, it would be the O's. They're playing much better lately, starting to slowly turn their season around. Won 7 of the last 10, and Lopez on the other side for the A's. Jacob Lopez isn't good at all, but it's juiced, so I pass on this. If it's a pick, I go O's, but I'm out on any bet.
I'm not mad at maybe an Athletics team total under here. We're looking. It's the total's 11. Toast.
Yeah, I know. Oakland team total over 4.5 minus 120 for me. So getting Sagano,
the exact opposite.
Yeah, that's why I said but yeah, Sagano first of all, this Athletics offense has been just fine. I mean, 4-5, 14, 1-3, 4-4, 7-7. I mean, this team can score some runs, and Sagano's been very good. I will give you that. But now he's going to be in good weather in a minor league ballpark with absolutely no bullpen behind him. I mean, you're going to have Baker and Cano, but I mean, Oakland's going to see all these other guys multiple times this series. Aiken, Dominguez, Kittredge, Soto, Bauman, all compromised situations here. Yeah, I'll take my chances with the team that continues to score runs. They lose games because of their pitching, not because of their bats. I'll take Oakland to score 5 runs today at minus 115. That's one of the bets I actually do have today.
I actually would take Oakland team total under 4.5.
Don't talk about it, be about it.
All right, I'll put it on the screen. I didn't want to embarrass you.
It's impossible at this point.
All right. I actually would go Oakland or Sacramento, whatever you want to call this team.
So stupid.
Team total under. Sagano's been solid as hell. Chalk him up for 6 2/3, 7 innings, 2 or 3 runs. Baltimore's got their main bullpen arms. If there was a situation where if Dean Kramer was on the mound, I would agree. But Sagano, I mean, I can count on Sagano to throw 7 innings because he consistently throws 6+. So if Sagano gives me 6 innings in this one, Orioles have the arms to get it home, to bring it home, and also because the A's are at home, in the event that Jacob Lopez deals and Baltimore's ain't able to score runs and the A's have the lead, they won't even bat in the bottom of the ninth. So I could steal an extra 3 outs here. Yeah, it would be A's team total under 4.5 for me. Mariners, Angels. Got this one. Thank you, Toast. I tailed you on this one. Over 8.5 hit pretty easily. Frank, you have anything in this one?
I decided to pass on this one too. George Kirby has struggled since returning, and he's burned me as I tried to chase like when he would have his get right type of start. It could be this one. You know, the Angels strike out a lot, but I can't trust it right now. I decided to pass. You know, Trout's back, tougher Angels lineup than what we've seen the last couple of weeks. Pass for me.
Toast.
It would only be Seattle for me. Will you just do me a favor and pull up the Angels bullpen for everybody to see? I mean, it's not then crazy, but it's not great. And Seattle's just fully rested with Kirby, who, I mean, has decent numbers in the past versus this Angels lineup. Faced them a lot in Angels Stadium as well. So, I don't know if I have actually bet it, but I mean, as you can see on the screen, I mean, you have Angels with Jansen back-to-back days, Detmer back-to-back days, Zephron back-to-back days. Neris worked yesterday. I mean, Brogdon worked 29 yesterday. And Seattle, if you scroll down to Seattle, I mean, nobody worked in the last couple days as well. So, again, this Angels team just continues to hit the ball. So it's really hard for me to be like, oh yeah, it's going to be like a bounce back situation for Kirby. So it would only be the Mariners for me because of the price and the bullpen situation. But at the same time, and actually Seattle's actually done well against Tyler Anderson in the last couple of times they've seen him as well. So take that for all you want. Does seem like they're kind of inviting you to bet Seattle though, if I'm being dead honest. So Seattle or pass, not going to bet it.
We're polling 60% Angels.
Oh, well.
Yeah, it would only be Seattle for me here.
Let me take a look here then. Oh, yeah, it's still.
Yeah, it would be Mariners or pass for me as well. Angels bullpen, and I agree with everything Toast said. All right. Red Sox, Yankees. Sunday Night Baseball.
Damn it.
It's Hunter Dobbins against Rodon. I think.
Can I say one thing really quick?
Go ahead.
If you're in my DMs telling me how wrong I was, the bet I said was Rocher would get touched, Yankees team total over 3.5, and it cashed in the 5th inning. So if you're in my DMs telling me how wrong I was, I regret to inform you, you're wrong.
Wrong about what?
They were like, I don't even know. It's all this bullshit about how bad I am and how wrong I am. Yet the bet that I gave out on the show hit in the 5th inning.
Who sends
and
DMs
Crochet
like
didn't
that?
look good. So
Who sends DMs like that? It's crazy. So Sunday Night Baseball, Dobbins against Rodon. Total down at 8, but I mean Sunday Night Baseball, taking overs in Sunday Night Baseball always comes with some risk. Frank, what do you think?
Yeah, shout out Carlos Rodon. What a season he's having so far. Exactly what the Yankees needed with Garrett Cole out for the year. I'm on Rodon over 7.5 Ks. It's at plus 100 when I got it. You know, you look at Rodon's game log. He's put up 8+ strikeouts in 8 of his last 11 starts. His last 3's at 8, 10, and 8. Red Sox last 14 against lefties, 24.9% strikeout rate. If you remember last year, the Red Sox against lefties were just a gold mine in Ks. They struck out like crazy against them. And I know they have different hitters, but there's still some of the usuals, you know, like Devers, Duran, and so on. But given what Rodon has done, I know I would have preferred it at 6.5, but because it's plus money, I'm okay with it. And give me Rodon to get 8+ strikeouts tonight.
Toast, what do you think?
I can't do it with the Yankees. Not at that price. Rodon's been very, very good, but there's multiple guys in this Boston lineup that have seen him really well. Devers has seen him well. Ref Schneider's seen him well. Connor Wong has seen him well. Rafaela has seen him somewhat decently, so it's just not an easy ship for me. I guess if I had to make a bet, it would be Yankees -1.5, but there's no way I'd pay that price for it. There's enough reasons for me not to like it more than there is for me to actually bet it. But I mean, I don't really know what to expect from Hunter Dobbins, but if he goes out there and only gives you 3 or 4 innings or something like that, and then it's multiple shots at this I think piss poor Boston bullpen. In my opinion, the Yankees, this game could get out of hand late. So it would only be Yankees -1.5. I'm not going to pay the price for it though.
I kind of like the under.
I don't hate that. I honestly didn't play first 5 under because I didn't know what to think of Dobbins.
I mean, dude, this is like it's Dobbins versus Rodon, Yankees, Red Sox, and everyone's hitting the over. Yeah,
not to mention both games flow over the last 2 nights. There's been 40 runs.
Yeah, and Pinnacle just dropped their total from 8 to 7.5.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That's another reason why I couldn't play the Yankees, because the total was moving down, and I was like, well, if I'm already trying to lay at 1.5,
this is crazy.
Then
it opened at 8.5, got bet down to 8. Now there's 7.5s open. Like sharp action is coming in on the under heavy. Yeah, I like the under.
What I want to see is Rodon dominate the Red Sox tonight, and then they finally call up Roman Anthony like tomorrow.
Dude, that grand slam he hit yesterday.
Yeah,
holy
yeah.
shit.
Yeah, crushed.
All right, Frank, where can they find your stuff?
Yeah, so you can find my work at Rotoballer, bestodds.com, Fantasy Pros, number of sites. It's all on my X bio at FMRanteTFJ, and I'm posting my bets every day. Been doing pretty decent the last couple months, so you can check them out there. And guys, always a pleasure. Let's have a big day.
Yes, sir. Enjoy your Sunday. I'm going to talk some NBA. Talk to you guys later.
All right.
Have a good night, guys.
Sure. See ya.
All right. I have a bet in the game that I like, but guys, as I've said throughout for for multiple weeks now, it's the NBA playoffs. Just a few hours before tip. You're not going to beat these markets. It's gambling, having fun. I think the market overreacted a little bit to the total in Game 1. So if you remember, in Game 1, my 2 picks on the show were the under 231, which obviously hit, and then Pacers team total under 110.5, which lost on Halliburton's game winner. So I like the under in Game 1. I like to take unders in Game 1s of series. It tends to be a quote-unquote feel them out type of situation. Each coach is trying to get a feel for what the other coach plans on doing. First half unders in Game 1s, usually a solid bet, although the market's starting to catch on a little bit. So I think that's part of the reason we saw such a slow start to the game. The game did pick up pace a little bit. Let's not forget that these are 2 of the faster paced teams in the NBA. Both these teams love to get out and run. Both these teams can score quickly. So we saw such a slow start to Game 1. But I think that was just a case of Game 1-itis. I think now that it's Game 2, if I was the market, if I had influence over these numbers, I would still have this one close to the 230.5, 231 that we saw in Game 1, just because I thought I think the only reason we saw such a low-scoring game was because it was Game 1. So the bet I like here... Oh, whoops, 1 second. The bet I like in this one is over 228.5, and I'm going to bet it. I haven't been really placing, I've been just doing fun same-game parlays for these playoff games. I'm really going to place this over. Like I said, these are 2 teams that could score quickly. I think we saw Game 1 get off to a super slow start because it was Game 1. We did see the pace pick up later in the game, and I think we're going to see a faster-paced game. I would also lean towards Oklahoma City team total over. I think both teams go over their team total, to be honest. So, yeah, I think this is an over. I'm going to roll with it. Over 228.5, I'll bet it now. Let's see if I can get it. $228 even, a flat 228 at Caesars. I'm taking it. So let me get that half off of there. I'm not robbing myself of a half point. 228. You can get this at Caesars. I'm betting it now. So all right, everyone. Thanks for watching. Everyone enjoy your Sunday. Be back at midnight to talk the Monday stuff. New betting league starts tonight, so I'll let everybody know on the midnight show when it's up and running. Yeah, everyone,